Hey guys, this is Blue. So I just logged into the game for a quick minute to see if any further content had dropped, and the sad answer is no. Nothing new has arrived, and I wanted to check today because we are now 4 weeks since the end of the story. Okay, it's been a month, and there's nothing, right? So as you can see, the new arena started, Fog of War is there, that's it. There's no new story missions, there's no time slides, no LSC missions, no special missions or gauntlets or anything. It's just the same old, okay? Now, as I've said before, we have no idea what their timetable may be or not be for further content. So the fact that we don't have any content after 2 weeks or 4 weeks does not necessarily mean that no further content may arrive. It might. However, since it has been a month now, I think at this point we have to assume that we will probably not get any further content. If we do, that would be great. But I would think that if they had some sort of plan, they would have released something by now. Again, I could be wrong about that. Maybe a week from now or 4 weeks from now or whatever, more will come. But I don't think we can expect it at this point, which means that the game is effectively in a dying state, because we have AMs running every week. Otherwise, there is pretty much nothing to do. You can do AMs, you can do the Sunday mission if you want to still forge up bots, but otherwise it's just arenas, raids. I mean, that's it. There's nothing to do. And so this is certainly unfortunate, and it hurts in two ways. Because number one, it means that more players are going to leave, right? So even before the end of the story, there were some players who were just getting sick of it and very bored. And over the past 4 weeks, since the story ended, I've personally had several friends, long-standing players, leave the game, and you can't blame people. So now that it's been a month, I think a lot of people probably had a little bit of patience after the story, but I think we're definitely going to see more people leave in the coming weeks. There will be a core group of very dedicated players who stick around no matter what. And there'll be another group of people who just revert to playing more casually now. Maybe they only do AMs, or maybe they just log in once a day, whatever. But this is not good for the game. And it's also not good for the game because of the fact that since we don't have anything to replace the story, as I've said before, our access to resources, and particularly sparks, is now significantly less than it used to be. Because during the story, right, we got tons of resources, especially those T5 sparks. Lots of T5A, T5B, and T5C. And so that means that now that we're getting a fraction of what we used to in terms of resources, this means that it will be nearly impossible at this point to rank up more bots without spending potentially thousands of energon. And nobody's going to want to do that. Why would you? Especially since if you rank up more bots now, you're not going to have hardly any game modes to use them in. So this is disappointing, guys, and so you just have to plan accordingly and make some decisions, okay? But it's not good for the game no matter what happens. As for myself, I am going to continue to play. I do run a few accounts. I don't think I'm going to continue to run a few accounts for much longer because there's nothing to do. I will run at least one account for the time being. I'll keep doing AMs. I will, if there's a mission that I want to do, I'll do it. But otherwise, I will be playing more casually, and I will certainly be playing less like I already am. I mean, during the week, today's Thursday, I logged in once, when I woke up, and then I logged in again now to check it. That's it. I'm playing maybe 10 minutes a day during the week. I will keep doing that. And so I will keep playing, and I will keep doing AMs, and my channel will stay alive, okay? So I will keep posting videos, although it will be less videos because there's just nothing to do. There are more videos I would like to do, but I want my videos to be, interesting and informative. So it's going to be less going forward, and I think that's probably true for most people. So look, I'll keep my fingers crossed. Maybe some more content will drop, but it's not looking good at this point, which is a disappointment, but it is what it is. So we'll just have to see what happens, guys. So that's the deal for today. There's no new content, 4 weeks post-story. We just have to hope that maybe they are working up something else to drop, in the coming weeks or the coming months. And so, look, guys, if you are bored with the game, you can always step away for a while and come back later. I mean, most of us, if we're playing this game, we have a Netflix subscription. I'm sure a lot of us use Netflix to watch movies and shows and stuff. And so if you have Netflix, you can always just step away from the game and come back, a few months later, when the game feels fun again, But I think this is what it's going to be like, So I think every team, if you're an officer in an alliance, you've got to be prepared for the fact that, like, besides the few remaining players who are still joining the game, and there are still people who are finding the game, they will kind of work their way up through the ranks. But I think otherwise, you're going to see a lot of attrition. You're going to see people leaving. And some of them will come back and some of them won't, and we cannot blame them for it. So that's the deal, guys. I will leave it there for now. Do let me know what you're thinking and what you're planning, and we'll speak soon. Take care.